Hello friends, welcome to my website sqlserverlog.com. This is my YouTube channel video. So today we are going to discuss about most common SQL Server performance issues which is helpful for DBAs and developers. Here I have listed few points to explain about performance issues in SQL Server. Number 1 is insufficient or poor indexes. Number 2 is inaccurate or missing statistics. Number 3 is bad T-SQL. Number 4 is problematic execution plans. Number 5, excessive blocking. Number 6, deadlocks. Number 7, non-set based operations. Number 8, incorrect database design. Number 9, poor execution plan reuse. Number 10, frequent recompilation of queries. So these are most common SQL Server performance issues, where DBAs and developers on day to day in their activities can face the problem and they can troubleshoot and resolve these issues. So we will see one by one. Number 1, insufficient or poor indexes. Indexes in SQL Server improve query performance by allowing faster data retrieval. However, insufficient or poorly designed indexes can lead to slow queries, high CPU usage and increased I/O operations. So the candidates who are already DBAs and working in the production servers, production environments, they might be aware that they face lots of problem with the performance in their server, and day to day they get so many queries from application side, developer side, and from database server side also. So these are common points which DBAs can take care. So missing indexes is one of the point which causes full table scans, and you have to add relevant indexes. Then too many indexes, which increases maintenance overhead. You need to optimize index usage. Then fragmented indexes, which slows down queries, reorganize or rebuild indexes. Non-covering indexes causes key lookups used include to make covering indexes. See, these are the terms which the DBAs who are already aware of it, they will understand what this topic is about. Who are new and they have who has basic knowledge might be like little bit confused, but who are already DBAs, they will understand it properly. So you can go through this video, and few videos I have already explained practically in my previous videos on the YouTube channel, and in future also I will publish videos related to this. So next is inaccurate or missing statistics. So inaccurate or missing statistics in SQL Server can lead to poor query performance, because the optimizer relies on statistics to create efficient execution plans. If statistics are outdated or missing, SQL Server may choose suboptimal execution plans, which increases query execution time. Similarly, SQL Server may cause excessive reads I/O operations, affecting server's performance. SQL Server may also lead to incorrect index usage or full table scans, which slows down queries. So what are the solutions? Say solution is update statistics regularly, enable auto update statistics, use sp_update stats to refresh all statistics in a database. You need to take care of all these things. Number 3 is bad T-SQL, which also creates problem on server performance. Writing inefficient T-SQL queries can lead to slow performance, high CPU usage, excessive I/O, deadlocks and resource contention. Common bad T-SQL practices are select star from table name, like retrieving all columns. You can specifically mention column name which you need. Using cursor instead of set based queries. Number 3, not using proper indexes. Number 4, using functions on index columns in where clause. Number 5, implicit data conversion. Number 4, problematic execution plans. Execution plans in SQL Server provide insights into how queries are executed, but poor execution plan can lead to slow performance, high CPU usage and long query times. So common problematic execution plan issues. Number 1, table scan instead of index seek. This is related to execution plan. So table scan it is doing instead of index seek. So this is common problem. SQL Server performs a table scan instead of an index seek, causing slow query execution. This happens when indexes are missing or queries are not optimized. So if your query says missing indexes and it is not properly optimized, then you will face this problem. Number 2 is index scan instead of index seek. So SQL Server scans the entire index instead of seeking specific rows. This happens when the query does not use the highly selective filter and the index does not cover the query. Number 3, nested loops join on large data sets. SQL Server uses a nested loops join, which is inefficient for large data sets, causes high CPU usage and long execution time. Okay, so continuing to this, number 4 is hash match join instead of merge join. This is one of the reason. So SQL Server picks a hash match join, which is costly in terms of memory and CPU. Number 5, parameter sniffing issues. SQL Server caches an execution plan based on the first parameter value. If later queries use different parameter values, the cache plan may become inefficient. Similarly, number 6 is missing statistics leading to poor plan choice. So outdated or missing statistics cause SQL Server to misestimate row counts, leading to bad execution plans. 7, high memory grant due to bad cardinality estimation. SQL Server allocates too much memory for the query due to incorrect row estimations. This happens when statistics are outdated or complex expressions affect estimations. So problematic execution plans covers all these points. Similarly, overuse of scalar functions in queries. So scalar functions are not inlineable and cause row by row execution, leading to slow performance. Number 9, overuse of CT and temporary tables. Complex queries with multiple CTs, that is with statements or temporary tables, cause high memory consumption, which can lead to spilled memory to disk, slowing down queries. So in this topic, point number 5 is excessive blocking. Blocking in SQL Server occurs when one process locks a resource such as a table or a row, preventing other processes from accessing it until the lock is released. So excessive blocking can lead to poor performance, long query execution times and deadlocks. So we'll see problem and fixes. Problem is long transactions, fixes is commit transactions quickly. When lack of indexes, add proper indexes. Lock escalations, disable lock escalation. High concurrency, problem is high concurrency, then you need to fix this, enable row versioning. Problem is deadlocks, set deadlock priority, change update order. Poor queries, use no lock, row lock, UPD lock. Explicit locks, use appropriate isolation levels. Number 6, deadlocks. A deadlock occurs in SQL Server when two or more processes wait for each other to release resources, creating a circular dependency where none can proceed. So problem and fixes will see different resource access order. Fixes ensure all queries access tables in the same order. Long transactions, commit transactions quickly, and the problem will be fixed. High concurrency, enable row versioning, read committed snapshot on. Lock escalation, use row lock, UPD lock, read past. Explicit lock problem, avoid table lock X, hold lock unless necessary. 7, non-set based operations. Non-set based operations, also known as RBAR, row by agonizing row operations, process data one row at a time instead of working with sets of data efficiently. This leads to poor performance and should be avoided in SQL Server. Examples of non-set based operations are using cursors, using loops for data processing, using scalar UDFs in queries, using temporary tables instead of direct queries. Next point is for poor performance. Most common problems are incorrect database design. A poor database design can lead to performance issues, data redundancy, inconsistency and maintenance difficulties. So best practices for database design are: use primary keys on every table, normalize your data, first normal form, second normal form, third normal form, etc. Use proper indexes, clustered and non-clustered, etc. Define foreign keys to maintain relationships. Avoid null values where possible. Use appropriate data types, integer for IDs, varchar only when needed. Avoid storing multiple values in a single column. Poor execution plan reuse. Earlier we have seen execution plan. This is about execution plan reuse. So SQL Server caches execution plans to improve query performance. However, inefficient plan reuse can lead to high CPU usage, excessive compilations, and poor performance. Solutions are: use parameterized queries, that is sp underscore execute SQL, ensure correct data types in where clause, where conditions, avoid unnecessary schema modifications, minimize use of options recompile, monitor plan cache using sys.dm execute cached plans. So this was about execution plan reuse. Next is frequent recompilation of queries can also create poor performance of queries and on database server. So frequent query recompilation in SQL Server can cause high CPU usage, performance degradation, and increased execution time. Recompilation happens when SQL Server discards an execution plan and creates a new one instead of reusing an existing plan. Best practices to reduce recompilation: use parameterized queries instead of dynamic SQL. Prefer table variables over temporary tables where appropriate. Avoid frequent schema modifications. Monitor query plans using sys.dm execute query stats. Reduce unnecessary recompilation by configuring optimize for ad hoc workloads. So these are a few points which I have listed here for most common SQL Server performance issues. You can go through my videos on the YouTube channel, and you can refer other videos for performance improvement of SQL Server. Thank you for watching my video.